let's establish before we get started who wants to. Okay, who wants to do the recap? Anybody? Okay.
Personally, I think Nick should do it because he had the in-between scene.
This is true.
I think I have an inspiration still from last time, though. I don't remember who did it last time, but I still have an inspiration.
We took turns last time. That it was like a 3-parter because I have it too.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
Nick, do you want to go ahead and recap so you can?
Just trying to figure out where we started.
You started in the shop just after Big's.
When they got attacked.
Yep.
Okay. We got to most of us got into the shop at different points. It was first Shadow and Akira. Then it was Q and Fen. We arrived after Big's place had gotten destroyed by a big fat orc. Verdon?
Varbu.
Close enough. The letters were there.
Yeah.
We had rejoined as a squad and went to go politely ask him to stop. We arrived where Akira learned that brothels are not for kids. And we went upstairs. Everyone sounded like they were enjoying themselves. We never checked any of the rooms, which we probably should have. But we got to the room. We allowed Big to have a conversation with Vardon. No, I wanted to say the same thing again. Varbu. Why am I Vardon? Who's Vardon? Big ended up trying to peacefully handle this out, but luckily for him, everyone else had no patience for what he was doing. So we ended up handling it nicely by destroying him, giving his 2 ogres no chance to even think about being a bodyguard. Akira almost got kidnapped into a Playboy room. We destroyed the building by burning it down, then also left the building to then pretend to be the heroes to help the other buildings. Where we all then met up at Big's shop again, where Q asked if he could have a safe place to relieve himself from a Wendigo. That was a weird choice of words.
Yeah, it was a very weird choice of words.
No, it's staying now, but it's just a weird choice of words.
And
Yeah.
I mean, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Where
choice.
The fight went well. Yeah. It went really well. Q ended up winning, and now has a wolf. I won. That's all that matters. They don't need to know that part.
That was on the video now.
Shh.
No, I will not shush. I will not stand by and be silent.
There we go. Look, he's fine.
So, take us behind the scenes, Nick. Is this a class change? What's going on?
Yeah. No longer Blood Hunter, and now Ranger as the 3.
Well, that's certainly exciting. Inside baseball. Back to you, DM.
I see how it is. You're stealing my pick.
No, it's only for that 3. Pretty much the Wendigo special abilities that I had, the smelling and the hearing, just went to the wolf.
I have no levels into Ranger, so it's okay.
You aren't a Ranger, you're a fighter. Wait a second.
We're going to be spending a lot of time tracking things like monsters and stuff like that, so that's probably a really good investment.
Mm-hmm.
So, well played.
Thank you.
So, you went Beastmaster, so all those points, they're gone. They're all gone.
I'm using the revised one that actually makes your pet viable. It has 40 health, so it's there.
Never mind.
Yeah.
I would give him something so puny. No, it's mostly I mostly just wanted it so that having the pet there is not going to be an instant death for it.
Yeah.
Because that's just sad, and I don't kick puppies when they're down.
Poor Trinket.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, most of you have already left the shop, heading to the guild hall or the cottage. Akira and Fen, I take it, are you staying with Q at Adventures Abound, or are you going to seek lodging for the night?
I know I'm staying with Q.
Okay.
Making sure he's okay.
I'll spend the night here.
So, after putting Q in the bed, so that he can finally sleep. Big comes down with a couple of fold-up cots and puts them out for you. They're not fancy, but there's something. Gives you some blankets and pillows, and heads upstairs to leave you with your brother. The rest of you make it back to the cottage or the guild hall, depending on where you were destined for, and spend a quiet evening reflecting on the day's events, having almost witnessed Q get eaten by his own Wendigo.
Tough way to go.
Mm-hmm.
Tough Wendigo.
Oh,
Get out!
Oh, psychic damage! Come on!
It was never a matter of when. So, wake up the next morning, feeling better. Won't say feeling perfect. There's still a bit of emotional damage. But Q, you wake up a little earlier in the morning than the rest. The other two are still asleep.
I must have pulled an all-nighter then. Jeez.
And you see Klaus.
No.
Sitting at the end of your bed.
Oh. Good morning, Klaus.
Good morning, Q. It seems that you've exorcised the demon from yourself.
For now.
Yes. Its creator is still out there.
How does that make you feel?
I'm more concerned about you.
Yeah, but you're like stuck with me.
That's okay. He's marked you, and I worry.
Well, this time I won't be by myself, so we should be okay. And I'm at least expecting it.
That's the problem with these creatures. Even when you think you're ready, they find ways to isolate you.
You're supposed to be singing. You're too sad for this early in the morning.
Are we in the same room as him?
Yes, you're hearing him talk.
To nothing.
How long have I been resting so far?
You've got your full 4 hours in.
I'll let this go on for a good, maybe a minute, and then he's getting a pillow across the face.
Sanctuary.
So, you don't know it's coming. All of a sudden, pillow.
Shut up!
Oh, is that how we're playing? Be right back, Klaus. I'm gonna go flip Akira's bed.
Not even.
No, you don't even really have to move very far. Your long furball arms can actually reach underneath, and you kind of just and it flips over into Fenn's bed.
Akira did it.
Laying right next to.
Well, I guess it's time to get up.
Okay, I mean, what? That's not how beds work.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, you don't say.
I'll look at Klaus one last time and be like, at least I know you're still watching my back.
I'll be here until it's done.
Alright.
And he goes back to singing.
There we go. Now all I picture is him singing the Jurassic Park song. Just in my head. Stop, copyright! Copyright!
On kazoo.
On kazoos.
Anyway. The rest of you, usual morning routine. What would you like to do?
Believe.
Have we all reconvened?
If you would like to head back to Adventure Abound in the morning, the door will be open for you.
I think we had said in the RP chat, at least, that we were going to meet at the guild hall first thing in the morning to discuss what our battle plans was.
Yeah, 8 a.m.
Have a
Yep.
We do have a job.
I'm literally like half dragging Scarlet, like putting her armor on, like as we're going.
Hit the local Starbucks along the way.
You require a caffeine infusion.
I'm assuming by now her bed just has wheels.
The
7 halls are around in a gurney.
The first thing that alchemists learned how to do is prepare caffeine infusions.
It's actually the funny thing is apprentice alchemists are actually most of the best ones are apprentice baristas, so that they can learn how to brew a proper cup of coffee before they try to even get remotely close to brewing something that could potentially save somebody's life.
Oh god, is Asir like Seattle of this setting?
Oh no.
That's great. That's wonderful.
I had not considered it that way.
It hasn't rained yet, so...
Think about it. It is the center of magic, TM, and coffee. So yeah, it very well could be.
DM,
Yes.
I do not have any levels into Barbarian, but I would like to rage.
I mean, you can. It's not going to do a whole lot of good.
Yeah, I know. Okay, well...
Yeah, I was into evocation before it was cool, man. I don't know.
Oh god.
Some people say it's dad magic, but they just don't have an appreciation for the classics.
I picture Scarlet just out of it as you're explaining this.
You could say
Bad magic.
that you predicted the rise of divination.
Oh god.
Sorry. Back on track.
You're not.
We just lost like 4 followers.
And they're in the call.
I feel like there's something wrong with the universe, and we should get to the guild right now.
Yeah, let's go. Something's wrong. I'm gonna fold up the beds and clean up the room really quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make it look presentable, because we are good house guests.
You put everything to rights, and as you head upstairs, you do find Big and Lizzie in the kitchen eating breakfast. They have prepared breakfast for you. Didn't want to wake you up, but it is sitting on the stove, 3 plates, waiting.
Yes. Can't
So
turn down
it's-
breakfast.
It's pretty simple. It's oatmeal, bacon and eggs, just a kind of quick start breakfast, something easily made for lots of people.
Any fruit?
Well, there is fruit in one of the cupboards. If you're asking about fruit, Big goes to the cabinet, pulls out some bananas, apples, a couple mangoes.
Because you don't eat meat, right?
Right.
Alright, I'm taking your eggs and bacon.
There is oatmeal available.
Q,
What? It's going to the dog!
give me one of them.
Oh, that's fair.
I'm just cutting up a banana and putting it in the oatmeal.
I'm gonna give Misty the bacon.
We'll split the egg.
Yeah.
Thank you, Big. It's much appreciated.
Yeah, for everything.
We should
Anytime.
probably tell them that we'll meet up after breakfast.
Yeah, they'll figure it out.
We're fine,
Okay.
It's not like we're gonna get attacked in the middle of the street for no reason.
right?
I'm gonna knock on the table really quick.
I don't know. We've had a lot of problems for the past couple of days. Have you guys noticed?
Oh yeah.
I mean, one of us got kidnapped. You decided that you wanted to get rid of the cannibal inside of you. I mean, we've been having a tough time.
Yeah. One step at a time. We'll be fine.
We'll get there.
We only have a giant
Try to
dungeon
take-
coming up.
Try to take all the steps at once.
We're fine.
Yeah. We gotta learn how to take stairs apparently. 'Cause we're just falling down them.
Stairs are for losers.
Get rid of all your baggage before the Grand Dungeon.
Just let it all go. So, you guys finish your breakfast. Not a lot of talking between Big and Lizzie. Lizzie is still a little bit wary of you, Q. Seems the appearance of the monster last night kind of shook her a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know how to talk about that.
You don't have to.
Yeah. Before we leave, I'll just leave 2 little shampoo thingies for her on the counter.
Okay. So you guys make your way back to the guild hall.
Okay.
Go ahead.
As we're exiting, Akira's going to yell back, "Hey, when we see each other again, we're going to have this conversation about the Sticky Fingers nickname." And I'm going to head out.
I like that name.
I like it too. Keep calling him that.
Of course you guys will.
Great.
Anyway, so you guys... It takes about, I want to say, 30 minutes, roughly, from there to get to the guild hall. So you guys show up a little bit late. The rest of you, you are punctual. Meet up at the guild hall at 8 o'clock as prescribed. What would you like to do?
Was Splinter with the brothers,
With
or
them.
was he... Okay.
He was with them.
Okay.
I believe there's work with ghosts. I believe we were talking about the other night.
Yes. What would we collectively know about ghosts, Matt?
Basic lore. You know, there's several different types of spirits. There are some that are more like poltergeists, where they have more of a physical presence. You have the ones that possess people. You have banshees. You have the whole gambit of potential nastiness.
Gotcha. Would we be able to roll to see if we knew anything more specific, or is that something that we would need to do a little research on?
Go ahead and roll a religion check. Those who are trained in it. I'm trying to think of what, like, not knowing what specific. Nice, rolling the 20s tonight.
And we're gonna be rolling the ones when it counts.
Yep.
You go. Wait until combat. The ones are coming.
That's
where you...
knowledge roll.
Knowledge. So,
Scarlet, putting in work.
Barrows, you're a little bit rusty on your undead lore. You mostly focus on how to fight
more
them.
demons. Yeah, it was more demons. I knew anyway.
You do know how to fight them in terms of things like various versions of undead are weak to sunlight. Funlight. And derp.
Funlight.
Sunlight. Like,
I've been doing that all day, and it bothers me. But you've got the basics of things like requiring magic weapons, that kind of thing. 7. Not knowing specifically what kind of undead or specter you're going up against, you've kind of run the whole gamut of, alright, banshees can do this, this, and this, specters can do this, this, and this, wraiths can do this, this, and this, and so on. Going down the list, like you've got like this spread out like note cards on the table.
It's like, a flow chart of undead.
Yes.
So this
in order of deadliness.
Pay attention. I have organized a flow chart through the night. I was up last night, recalling everything I could about ghosts. I unfurl this big flow chart in order what you should do if you see a ghost.
It is too early in the morning. It's 7.
Step 1, run. No.
You can see, like, I've got like the circle under my eyes. I'm like,
it is far too early for the 7.
Running on one long rest that I've stretched into a little bit of construction arts and crafts time.
Clearly.
But so for now, you've got enough knowledge that whatever you come up against, I'll give you its weaknesses, its resistances, and that kind of thing, and general things to watch out for. But for right now, you're unsure of what you're up against, because
Gotcha.
the only thing that is known from what Akira had said, people from the town just outside of the Fairy Woods have been going missing, and it is suspected that there is a specter that is taking them into the forest.
Interesting. All right. How much does this job pay? I'm gonna ask. Who has the missive?
And they have not arrived yet.
I was going to say, I think it was the bros.
It
Oh,
was the brothers.
we should probably wait for them then.
So,
Are there any others up on the wall? We're here pretty early.
there is. So on the job board, you do see a couple of jobs. There's still the Hydra job. There is there is one for a young dragon. It's of an unknown color.
All the colors.
Trying
Young
to
Tiamat.
think here what else I had.
I don't mind that one.
There is a herd of Gorgon that are roaming around.
Ooh,
Oh no.
that's a lot of armor right there.
That's a lot of danger.
That's a lot of soft.
If all we have to do is just have our eyes closed, we'll be fine. I know
No,
it's
not-
a guess.
not-
I know.
Not that kind of Gorgon.
There's another
Like,
Gorgon.
Always bothered me about.
Right? It's a bull.
Yeah, I thought it was a bull. I thought it's turned
Yeah.
people to stone.
Not by
Well-
looking at it, it breathes at
I
you.
know. That's why I said
That
close your eyes
it-
would work,
you
and then I laughed because I was like, I
You
wouldn't
think
do anything.
Medusa.
Yeah.
Shows how much I know.
But about the time you start really perusing the jobs and weighing them out, like the dragon job is the most of the coin is actually from hoard and sale of the carcass. They just want it gone. The Gorgons are reward based on retrieval. You're retrieving hide and horns from them.
How much?
You're for the horns themselves, you're expecting about 25 gold per. For the hide, it's about 120 gold per hide.
But it's also
see.
super heavy.
Yeah.
A dragon's hoard might be a little bit more convenient.
Who is a young dragon? It's probably not that big. I'm not there yet. Dragons.
And then the Hydra job was harvesting venom sacs from.
Yeah, that one's.
That one could
Yeah.
be fun if we did it really smart.
I think we established hydras aren't supposed to have venom sacs.
Akira actually
It
knows
was-
a bit more about that because I remember having a really big role when I was checking out that bounty.
Yeah, same.
So as you're going through this, discussing potential options, the brothers do show up finally.
Ah, good timing.
Good morning.
When I go in, are there any bounties on the tables? Have the runners been in yet?
The runners have been and gone, but all of the fresh bounties have been taken.
All of the save for a good picks are gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're basically left with whatever's on the board.
Oh no, Akira gets up at like 4 a.m. to pick up bounties.
Right, but so did you this
I-
morning?
No. I'm extending to 7 because
Oh, okay.
Goodness. If I got up at 4 in the morning, well, then both Lady Scarlet and I wouldn't be able to function. That's admirable of you, though. So we were reviewing our options. There are the ghosts in the Fairywood. There is the Venom Hydra. There is a contract for a young dragon, which I will admit calls to me very strongly. I've always wanted to see a dragon. And what was the other one? A Gorgon board?
Yeah, herd of Gorgons.
A herd of Gorgons. Does anybody have any burning desire for one or the other?
I'm gonna place the bounty for the Fairywoods on the table. These people
Barris is
need
immediately
help.
going to put his. He's going to immediately put his hand on the contract. We need to do this.
These people need help.
I would
And-
prefer to do the. Just go ahead. I'm sorry. There's a delay.
It seems like, well, a lot of you are a religious bunch, so we might be able to, the best capable to handle this in the guild.
Seven, do you not remember when we went to The Raven Temple.
I remember.
We said that undead was something that needed to be hunted in order to make the sword I wield stronger.
And this is in that area. That's... Oh, right. You need to kill undead in order to bring more power to your sword. Well,
Undead.
that's certainly one thing that we can do. That's understandable. That's 2 votes for the Ghost in the Fairywood. My vote is again for the dragon, just because that represents a more, I would say, immediate threat to whoever is in that area. Rather than being lured into a forest, dragons often come to you, and can be incredibly dangerous to deal with. So that's my vote. But let's hear from everyone.
I would prefer the people going missing ghost contract. If we had to pick a different contract, I would be leaning towards the Hydra. If we had to take the Dragon contract, I would prefer to relocate it than to kill it, if that was possible.
Noted. So that's 3 with strong proclivity towards the Ghost contract. It might be quicker to say, does anyone have an objection to the Ghost contract? I think it's safe to say that we can take that one first and then see what's left for us after that. Are we in agreement?
Sounds good.
That seems to be reasonable.
All right.
Also, something we all need to think about. We still need a name.
True, it is around the corner.
True. We should decide that now, then.
I don't like that name.
Sorry?
It's around the corner. It's not a good name.
No, it
I
isn't.
think it's a great name.
No. That's
You are correct. It's not a good name.
That's not a good name.
Didn't say it to be a name.
Well, perhaps it should be something evocative of the guild that we're in. It's called the Jade Dragons, correct?
Yes.
Does anyone have any ideas? I'm not good with this sort of thing, I'll admit. Creativity and aesthetics is not my strong suit.
I want to take some paper out of my bag, start ripping out corners, and start throwing it at Shadow from across the table. She's being way too quiet. But I'm going to throw it and then lean back, so whoever's next to me is getting...
Okay, so I'm sitting on the end of the table, on the table, so you really can't hide that well. And you're big.
And the Furbolg. There's no hiding for a Furbolg.
Nope.
I will throw them right back.
Okay, just making sure you were there.
Any
So-
ideas, Shams? I know it's a bit early.
I mean, we can pick something that goes with green, you know, emerald, verdant, something.
While you're doing that, do you have a mask? I can prepare the ritual of magical aura while we're doing this.
About that, Akira had an idea of putting that on a hat or mask of disguise. I've got normal masks now, but I didn't get a chance to buy that yet.
I was thinking, why not kill 2 birds with 1 stone?
Excellent suggestion. If we have a hat of disguise, which I may not be recalling, do we have a hat of disguise?
No.
No.
Not yet.
I was
I've
going to
seen
buy
them.
one, and things happened.
I've seen them in shops, though.
Yeah, let's swing by the adventuring shop, which, by the way, for the life of me, I can't remember what the name of that is. The
Adventures Abound?
Adventures Abound. Thank you, that'll be handy for the journal. Let's swing by Adventures Abound before our contract today, and fully equip, and make sure that, and I'm going to look at everybody, no more drama occurs.
You're really bad at
We
being.
finally have the opportunity to have a magic shop owner and his daughter in relatively good graces with us. Let us endeavor to maintain that.
That seems reasonable. More than reasonable.
Quite.
Reasonable.
Giving
One
him
would
a
be
blank
surprised
look like.
apparently. I'm sorry, what?
I'm just giving him a blank look like, really?
Really? After yesterday's stress relief opportunity down at the docks, which, by the way, if anyone asks us anything, we were all here planning most of yesterday.
Where were we?
I don't remember
No,
it. I was
you
drunk.
guys are now
We're
notorious
heroes,
heroes for helping to put out the fires down at the docks.
I still don't
We
remember it. I
were-
was
We
drunk.
did good.
Right.
We were looking at the
Yeah.
airships because we're planning on getting one later.
After yesterday's heroic, though ill-fated attempt to stop that business establishment from burning to the ground,
Dumpster fire?
It was structurally unsound. It was coming down anyways.
tomato to whorehouse, we came back here. But we are at a neutral, if not slightly good, status with the Adventures Abound establishment. With the Grand Dungeon coming up, let's all be on our best behavior.
Yeah, I definitely think we should give them a little bit of space. We kind of just did overwhelm them in like a day.
Perhaps if we wanted to find a different adventuring shop just to acquire, a Hat of Disguise is, fine.
Walcart might
magic
have
shops
it.
near the bar.
Walcart has everything.
I've seen that
probably
Walcart
does.
doesn't carry magic items.
They say
Are
they
you
do in their
sure?
look at their flyer,
Don't we?
You gotta ask them to go to the back.
and they'll come back 3
So-
hours later.
The back is
About-
a warehouse of holding.
About this time, you guys see a small gnome zip into the guild proper, and you can see on his feet are winged boots.
We need those.
He's got a satchel with him, and he's looking around. I was told to ask for a shadow star.
No, that wasn't right.
It's just all just points.
And he zips over to Shadow, like, quick as a blink. And from his bag pulls out a paper wrapped package and hands it up to her.
I'll take it.
Holds out his hand.
He's wanting money.
Give the gnome a high five, Shadow.
How much?
Nobody ever tips. And he zips away.
I
Gone.
what's tipping?
It's pretty much saying he did a good job. So you give him some money, so he keeps it, and his boss doesn't pay it. They don't get paid much. That's okay.
I
But
thought
now
I
you
would
know.
pay-
You're good. You're
Okay.
good.
It's okay. It's okay.
You got your name wrong.
Even cake would have been a tip, just as a heads up the next time.
Okay.
You don't
So
tip
I
gnomes.
was going to say, how much is normal for a tip?
Depending on how good the package got delivered, if it's in good shape, depends on what you feel like.
You also messed up your
Okay.
name, so therefore.
That is true. That is
Plus-
true.
He is a gnome, and we don't tip gnomes.
That's race.
Right.
That's-
We have
that's
questions
rude.
there.
You don't tip gnomes the same way you don't tip cows. It's just rude.
You wait till they're sleeping, then you creep up on them. No, I'm just kidding.
We learned about
okay,
seven
is-
We
today.
need to sit down and deal
Is
with
there
this
a
gnome
label?
thing.
No, there is no label.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to her really quick and just put
Okay.
protection good and evil on her, and then walk back over, just in case.
Okay.
And you get onto me about not trusting people. Okay.
It's a box came in by a flying gnome. That's enough questions.
I agree. But you get onto me about not trusting.
I'm just doing it so you
Okay.
don't come and attack us like in 10 seconds. Just,
I don't think I need to be a
Like I'd be
divination
able to do
wizard in
magic.
order to know what's in that box. I think you should open it.
What's in the
I'm
box?
gonna-
I'm curious. What's in the box?
It's in the box! It's in the box!
Oh,
I'm gonna
asking
open
me?
it.
Yeah. What's in the box, Seven?
You're just gonna change it now.
Am I? Am I
I
really?
was gonna say, write it out,
It's mentioned
and then you
it.
can hold it up after.
Since you mentioned it before, and I was there for that, Shadow Song, perhaps Big went ahead and got you a hat of disguise.
And you open the box,
Mm-hmm.
and there is indeed a hat of disguise. It doesn't look like a normal hat, like what you would normally expect for the hat of disguise with the almost like a leather hat. No, it is a embroidered head wrap, traditional to the Tabaxi people, and it has all of the same tribal markings that Big himself has on the box that holds his spear, and most of what has adorned his walls.
So how you feeling? You vicious, trying to kill us?
Underneath the hat, as you remove it,
I aim my slingshot at Q.
I knew it!
you find a small note. It's just a simple folded up paper, and it when you open it, you just it's a simple phrase of "For all the birthdays I missed, Big."
No.
Oh.
Are you reading that out loud?
Nope.
Oh.
I'm just tuck. All my secret notes are now going in my vest pocket, so that's where I tuck it.
Okay.
Well, now I don't feel so bad about going back because I didn't want to, yell at him again. Anyway,
Wise.
so I hand the headband of disguise to Seven, so you can start working on that. I do need to train with Splinter. It was supposed to be this morning, right?
He said when you were ready. Do you have an answer to his question?
Kinda.
So you do see that he is just chowing down on breakfast scraps.
So I just think to him, are we going to be training alone or, like, with everyone staring at us?
He kind of looks up to you. Shrugs. Nods to you.
I'd rather not have everyone staring at us.
He nods again. And he scampers off out the guild.
Okay, so I'll follow him. I'm gonna go train. Bye!
Wait. We need to coordinate first. What time are we going to book passage on the airship for? We need to know what time today we're going to be at the docks.
You can message me. Bye!
Yeah, I'm gonna... Misty, go keep an eye on her.
Sure, let's blow that third level spell slot. Alright, bye.
It's fine. You're good. Misty will go with her.
What about Emerald Melody?
What have you been thinking this entire time?
I like that!
Akira did not notice what was going on. He was just looking down, thinking of a name.
Just been so deep in thought. He basically went into an trance.
I want you guys to know that's literally all I was doing was thinking of a name the second you guys said.
That's
It's like, what would be thematic?
It's the bigger brother.
That's very elf. I like it.
It's not bad. I don't dislike it.
Give me a second here.
What does... I know that we need... Shadow Song needs to train, and that could take a few hours. Any of us need any other time to get anything prepared before we go out to the ferry woods? I need to know what time we should grab an airship for, if we can grab one. We might have to take the wagon if there is none.
What is it now? 9 o'clock, probably? Ish?
We can
Say
book one for
1 or
later
2?
this
Just an
afternoon.
hour.
We can book one for later this afternoon if we wanted to be sure.
How about we leave at 12 like we did last time? That gives us the morning to look for things and gives Shadow time to train with Splinter.
Yeah,
Worked
we
the
should
last
definitely...
time.
Yeah. 12
So,
or 1
Hunting
o'clock.
Undead in the dark is a bad idea. Go ahead.
I was going to say one thing to note about this job. This is not restricted to the standard 2-hour time limit. This is an investigation mission. This is something that is expected to take some time to do. Potentially a couple days. Depends entirely on how good you guys are. Instead of the standard flare and a waiting airship, you are given a sending stone that you can signal when you are ready to return.
Cool.
There is also the issue of, I lower my voice, Varbu's account.
Oh.
We should perhaps...
You had an account?
By the way, I did not give that money to anybody yet.
What?
She found money in the... Never mind.
That's out of character. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that you had the money. I was in the room with you.
Yeah,
Not
no,
gonna
no,
say
no.
anything.
I hadn't split it up yet.
Yeah.
Right.
So I still got it.
We should discuss if there's any more opportunities to reclaim any of his lucre, as well as establish how much will be going into the party fund as opposed to how much will go to pay all of us. And we should also decide if we're going to recompensate Adventurers Abound for their pain and suffering.
So, Finn leans in close to the table, opens the cloak he wears, pulls out a pouch, sets it on the table, pulls out a big potion, sets it on the table, and pulls out a necklace.
Okay, I'm
That's
pretty
what
sure you
I
don't
found.
have pockets in there.
No, the belt that ties around his waist holds it closed at the bottom. So basically, his entire torso is a pouch.
Mm-hmm. It's like...
And is also a pouch. Thick boy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start poking
Anyway,
his side. See if there's anything else
What's all
there.
this?
It jiggles.
He said it was the stuff that he found.
Ah,
No, fire
Alright.
scan later.
this potion, does anyone know what it is off the top of their heads, or shall I spend 10 minutes while we examine the rest of it?
I have alchemy supply. I think I'm able to find out what a potion is. Pretty sure that's one of their things.
What do you guys?
Where's my book? Double checking.
You are correct.
I must say, this
Yep.
is a good mission to take since we have 2 holy knights and a priest in the party.
What about Green Sun?
For our name?
I
It
like
could work, too.
sun.
We can put it on the list.
Perhaps
Yeah,
something
two-
evocative of green, such as emerald or verdant.
Oh, those are big words.
They mean green.
Oh. Well, I knew emerald and gestures to the necklace.
I mean, a name
I
is a
like-
name is a name.
I like
It's going to make us any more effective. Go ahead.
I like verdant. That's
You like
nice.
verdant? Anybody else like verdant?
Yeah, sounds fancy.
It's okay. I think that we should wait for everybody to be here before we pick a name, though. So
We should, and we'll.
It's fine. I'll make a list, though, and I pull out a little scrap of paper where I wrote down Emerald Melody, because... and I'll write down.
I do like Emerald Melody, but it hardly strikes fear into the hearts of our enemies. Look out, we'll whistle you to death.
Birds. You know, a whistle can
Have
be
you seen
terrifying.
Nards?
Okay. A whistle can be terrifying. It's most of the time the last sound you hear from an arrow.
Scarlet, do you want that to be Scarlet's idea or Seven's that you just whispered me?
Mine?
Of course. Well, have at it, Scarlet. What do you think our name should be?
Viridescent sun. There's that.
The Viridescent Sun.
It's an option.
Just a lot of big words.
It's
I
quite posh.
like it.
It's very high class.
Mm-hmm.
You're not here, Shadow Song.
That was not in character.
Go away. We got killers in the streets, Shadow Song.
Oh no, I meant mixing the names.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
What about mixing the potions?
The green, melody, and sun, all into one name.
The the Song of the Emerald Sun.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
But they would just call us the Emerald Sun. The Emerald Sun.
That's
Because a song could be a good thing or a bad thing. Depends on who pisses us off.
I like it.
I will take
It
no
leaves
credit
a
from
lot
this.
to the imagination.
Well, let's run it by Shadow Song when we pick her up. If everyone else likes that, it kind of combines the best bits of everything that we've thrown out there today.
Yeah.
All right,
Fair enough.
that's good. What else do we need to do before we go ahead and head out today? Because I'm about to go see if I can grab an airship for us around noon, 12:30.
We can see if we can stop by a church. See if maybe we get some protection
Yes,
against
I'll-
Ghost.
I was thinking of heading up to the Raven's Temple myself, seeing if maybe I could get something.
Because I could give protection against Ghosts, but if I do that, I'm burning most of my slots to give it to everyone.
DM, would I know if there's a Temple of Ioun around?
There is. She's
Alright.
plastered over the middle of the Grand Library. Pretty sure.
I was gonna ask. My next question was literally, or is the library her temple?
You are absolutely correct. The library is her temple.
Okay.
It's only
Well,
fair.
Little did Seven know he's been worshipping Ioun this whole time. Every time you read a book, boy.
Your library card is just her face.
Yeah, they worship something. Right, I have my own church to pray at. We should endeavor then to get everything done and meet at the airship docks by noon.
Okay.
Everyone
that
alright with
really-
that?
Yep.
Is that one wanted to book our ship? Because we still need to sign for it.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Is that
Oh.
what we want to do? Because Akira, you and I will probably go and sign off on that right now.
Yeah. And then Barros and I can head to the churches.
That seems the best course of action. Finn is going to grab an apple from a fruit bowl on the table,
Mhm.
tosses it in his hand. I'm going to go watch Shadow get her ass kicked. I mean, meditate.
Before we do anything, Scarlet, where are you going to be? Because you should be with one of us. As much as I'm loath to say it, I should probably not be alone either. Someone should come with me. So either you can come with me.
I'll go
I'll
with
be with you.
So Akira and Scarlet, both of you accompanying me.
Sure.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh.
Third wheel in it.
I can leave if you'd like.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Akira, we're growing accustomed to your presence. There's much for us to learn from each other. Let's go ahead and do that then. And I look over to Kiris. Can you communicate through
Yes.
your... Okay.
I also
I'll
have
leave that
sending
to
as
you
well.
then. Oh, well. Yay.
Yes. We'll figure it out. Alright, so we're meeting at the boat by 12?
Noon, and worst case scenario, we leave at 12:30 or 1.
Okay.
But I want us all to be there by noon.
Alright.
Well,
Alright,
let's go
Barros.
see what time ships can be booked. Then.
Right. Matt, Akira, Scarlet, and I are making our way to the airship rendezvous point and see if we can rent one out.
Okay, so you guys head second door on the left through the side hall, and go to book yourself an airship. You do see that there's one still left in the docks.
Yes.
It's not the same one that you got last time. This is the Feywind.
Fitting.
Fitting.
Feywind for the Feywoods.
But you book passage, same procedure as last time. They pull the little marker out, put it on the ship. 12:30. Don't be late. And they go back to filing their paperwork.
Right. then we should probably establish an order in which we are doing our preparations. It's been a while since Shadow's had some screen time. Would you like to go first?
I mean, we're just typing in chat, but if you want to do it, yeah.
That's fine.
I like
So-
watching you roleplay. Sounds
Shadow.
weird. You're enjoying.
Once you finally sit down,
Mm-hmm.
he scampers up your shoulder to the back of your neck and again pokes you right there. It doesn't burn like it did last time. You just feel a slight jolt. And then he hops back down, goes deeper into the cart, and this is the covered cart that the boys have had.
Mm-hmm.
And he sits in the back. Kind of it as much as a rat can sit cross-legged. There. Now we can actually speak.
Okay. So. Yeah, yesterday was a lot. And it made me realize one thing that I thought I had changed isn't. I want to change how people see me.
Is it that you want to change their view, or you want to change what they view? Remember, change is power. Power is the ability to affect change. If you want to change their view, you are attempting to exert your power over them. But if you exert power over yourself, you can change what they see.
Can I get them to see more than my age? Because it seems like that's all they see.
You cannot change your physical appearance, but you can change your emotional appearance. What do you project into the world?
Tough one. I mean, it's just me. I don't know what part of me you mean. I mean, I think I'm a good person. I don't kill people. Try to help people.
So do you want to just be seen as a good person?
I want to not be seen as a child.
And again I ask, what is it that you project into the world? Being good, not killing people, those are good traits. But being good is not being an adult. What wisdom do you bring? What experiences do you share?
I don't have much experience, but I'm trying to be like the others, mature. Definitely different than I was before I died.
Yes, death does change things. What do you think being an adult means?
Responsibility.
And what responsibilities have you taken upon yourself?
I've been trying to fill the shoes that they gave Barrows or Bro when all the tracking in nature and when I still had my powers, healing. Try to take care of the others as much as I can.
Let me ask this. What do you feel responsible for?
As odd as it sounds, Barrows.
Why?
Because he's always been there for me, and I try to be there for him.
Are you only there for him because or would you be there for a complete stranger when they need it?
I would.
Good. That is progress. Remember, power is the ability to affect change. If you want to change the way others see you, project a change within yourself, and they will see it. Now, let us focus on our lessons. And he closes his eyes and begins to meditate. He opens one, kind of gives you a once-over. Begin. And then we'll go to the rest of you. So, who is first? Take next.
Me and Q are going to the churches.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to their churches, I'm going to mine.
Okay.
Take me to church.
So,
We all
Mike,
pray into something.
let's start with Barrows. You head to the Temple of the Raven Queen.
Yes.
What are you seeking there?
Something for protection.
Are you looking to detect just undead, or like what are you looking for? Be specific.
Like, maybe if there's something to protect, maybe if we could prevent somebody from being possessed.
Okay. So not so much detection but protection.
Because I can detect undead. I have no problem doing that.
Okay, yeah.
I'm more out for protection, saying, like, nothing is going to take over one of us.
Yeah, protection from good. The spell itself, protection from good and bad. Just getting charms and like.
It does protect against possession too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it would give everyone, all ghosts and stuff like that, disadvantage on us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I don't have spells like that, so.
I think you actually can for a paladin. Or is that a certain
He doesn't
paladin?
I'm a 5th level paladin. I don't have much.
I think that might be a certain paladin.
Probably.
So they don't have a whole lot in terms of just general protection. They have a couple of talismans, small trinkets that are supposed to protect against undead. They're symbols of faith, but they only really work for those of the faith.
Of the faith, yeah. I mean, I have mine.
Right.
I have my raven necklace, so.
So if they hand you it almost looks like a rosary, just a set of prayer beads with a what looks to be a raven's foot holding a black pearl.
I will take it. I'll wrap it around the hilt of my sword, though. I will.
Okay. So that will... They tell you it will protect you from possession. It won't provide quite all of the benefits of protection from good and evil, but it will protect you from possession.
Fair enough.
And they give it to you with blessings, being a member of the Blackwing Flight.
Yeah. And I'll just say a prayer in Celestial to the Raven Queen.
Okay.
I'll drop 4 gold in the...
Okay. Q, did you want to visit Temple of Sylvanas?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
I'll wait outside for you.
Alright.
so you haven't been to the Temple of Sylvanas.
Mm-mm.
As you walk in, what you expected to be similar to Barros's temple, where stone pillars, benches, it is completely different. The entire floor is a grass field. Instead of pillars holding up the ceiling, it is living trees serving as support. And you can see the branches have now kind of woven their way across the top, and you can see that they are shaped into the image of Sylvanas. The branches have been woven together. The leaves seem to be perfectly placed. Eyebrows. The long beard. Instead of pews, there's actually rolls in the field, making small mounds where you can sit. At the front, there's the pulpit, and behind it is a beautiful fountain, just cascades water in 3 tiers. This is a place of life, and you can feel it. Just the air in here hums with it.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up to the front and go towards the waterfall.
Okay. As you approach, you do see several people, various appearances between commoner, ability, praying in some of the pews. As you get closer to the waterfall, Acolytes comes out and stands next to you while you pray, quietly, giving you a moment. But yes, about this time, as you approach, you hear the light padding of Misty. You sensed her before you actually noticed her.
When she gets close, I'll pet her head. And I'm pretty much just gonna pray and thank him for watching out for me the night before. And then after I finish praying, I'll stand up and I'll look at the acolyte.
Okay. What can I do for you, brother?
I was hoping you would be able to help me in my band of adventurer friends. We're going on a mission to take care of some ghosts.
And he kind of pulls back the hood, and you can see that this is an elf. A wood elf. Kind of tan skin, long pointy ears. Are you referring to the job we put in for the fairy woods?
Yes. I think that's where we're going.
I'm glad to see one of ours is going. We've had problems with the fairy woods, as long as anyone can remember. People would go missing every decade or so. Never the same people or the same families, but always either elves or half-elves. Unfortunately, that's all I know from here. You may have to do some investigation when you get there, but again, thank you for taking this upon yourselves.
Yeah. Well, most of our group are very kind-hearted and know that people are in trouble. So we're gonna do what we can. I was just hoping if you guys had talismans to help us not become enthralled by these ghosts.
I don't know if I have that kind of ability. What I can do, and he crouches down and he pulls a small set of vials from his waist and dips them all with the belt into the water of the fountain. Closes it up, says a quick prayer, and hands them to you. Unfortunately, the best I can do is holy water. We don't have much in the way of talismans.
Oh no, that would be plenty.
And he looks down at the wolf. But it seems as if Sylvanas is...
Yeah, he left me a little guardian. I pet her head again.
Go with him, and may nature guide your path.
As you. And then I'm gonna bow and walk out. And then Barris, you're outside?
Yep.
That was a weird feeling.
What's that?
It was like I was being watched, but there was, like, I could see the one person, but there was definitely other people looking at me.
It's definitely a different experience.
Is it like that every time?
Well, I mean, when you walk straight up to an altar, well, everybody is in silent prayer. You're bound to get a few stares.
Was I not supposed to just walk up? There was no rules. It seemed right.
Most of the time, you sit, you pray, or you find one of the acolytes and you speak to them.
Noted. Look at Misty. You gotta tell me these things. I don't know these things.
Misty kind of looks up at you and just shrugs.
That's fair.
Okay.
Future reference.
Yes. I'll show him what I got. How many did they give us?
You've got 5 vials of holy water.
Nice.
It's like Christmas. You guys just get all the shit.
Yeah, we got holy water and 5 free vials. 55
He was
now.
more excited about having vials than anything
I have
else.
50 in my bag of holy right now. I'm super excited.
He can make more soaps.
You have a problem,
Holy
sir.
soap.
I bought a bag of holding for these vials.
Oh, holy
It's holy soap.
Ooh.
Holy
Ooh.
That's
You're
a lot of
on to
science.
Yeah, no, we're writing that down.
The motto: "Be cleansed by Sylvanas."
New line. Be cleansed.
Be cleansed.
Gets even the rough stirred out.
It's like Catholic school. He'll wash your mouth out with soap if you're bad.
Yup.
It's true, though.
So, Scarlet,
yes.
you were heading to the Temple of Soon?
No, I was following 7.
Oh, you were following 7. Sorry. Wanted to. I thought everybody was going to temples. Blah. But
After we hit Ioun, we'll pop over to Soon.
Okay. And Akira's along for the ride.
Yes.
Yeah,
Kira's along for the ride.
And what
we
is
already
Akira?
signed for the airship, right?
Correct.
What is Akira doing through all of this?
Sulking.
Why do I have to babysit him?
You're watching our backs, which, don't get me wrong, I very much appreciate. I wish there wasn't a need for such, Overwatch.
Let's
But
see how
with
much.
Hawthorne...
Oh goodness.
Let's see how much I'm watching your back.
Decent.
Decently.
Your passive's higher than that.
Yeah, well,
My passive's higher than that. Yeah.
I'm very well reassured.
So you guys wanted to head to your temples, right?
Well, mine's a library. It's hardly a temple. I was
It's a temple
merely
of
being
sorts.
facetious. Those mages who are religious pray to Ayun, the knowing mistress. I have had my own, one could say, quasi-religious experiences with Ayun, although it's more of a hat and mouse game, her and I. It's complicated. Soon's relationship with Scarlet is less antagonistic.
Ayun's a book tease.
She never shows me the goods.
So.
But a library is an excellent first stop for knowledge, as well as if I'm meant to see something while I'm here, I will most likely see it. That's just the way things have been happening lately, and I don't think they'll stop anytime soon.
Okay.
So we will head over to the Grand Library.
Okay. So, again, you enter through the spiral scribed doors. And it is again filled with students. The line riders aren't in, so nobody's up with the planar spheres. Where are you heading?
I turn to Akira and Scarlet and say, if either of you want, I need to look up a rather obscure book really quickly. You can either accompany me to do so, or I'm sure there are plenty of books in other sections that might catch either of your interests.
Do you think the book will be hard to find?
I'm not sure. The book I'm looking for is definitely going to be older.
I can take a look for you if you tell me. If you tell me its name, I'll come with you and take a look.
See, that's the rub of it, and I would appreciate that. Looking. I don't actually know what the name of the book is. I only have a name that I'm trying to find any information on. But I'm almost certain that there will be information here.
What's the name?
Matilda Ascot. Are you familiar?
Am I familiar? Nah. No, not really.
I forget, Scarlet, have I told you about Matilda Ascot?
Did he? I can't remember. It was.
Probably not. It was
Oh,
in the journal,
God, I
but
don't-
that was a rather boring bit of the journal.
Is that the lady with your
Would-
book?
Yeah,
Well, isn't that
I'll-
papyrus?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'll hold up
Yeah.
my spell book, and the name on the back is Matilda Ascot. This book, my grimoire, is a hand-me-down, and I wish to know the nature of papyrus a little bit better, among other reasons. It would behoove me to know a little bit more about Matilda Ascot. While we were on the road, I remembered that I had seen her name somewhere, but I couldn't remember where until recently. She is one of the founders of the Solaris Academy. There's bound to be some record of who she was and where she went. Now, of course, the Academy was founded thousands of years ago, right, Matt?
Yep, it was founded long before even.
So she's bound to be dead by now, but it may still be relevant to me.
So, Are you going to head to the central desks to quest for it yourself?
Yeah, I'll do that first. I'll see where that gets me. I'll ask the central desk where volumes concerning the biographical records of the school's founders can be found.
And the only one available is, you recall the last time we were here was the young woman who looked very bored, and she kind of she was flipping through a book as you approach, and she kind of looks up. Founders section is 3rd floor, section 5, row B, 3rd shelf. Is there a specific one?
You wouldn't happen to know Matilda Ascot?
7 books in. Yep, right there. And she looks like she's pulling it out, but nothing appears in her hand.
That's quite good. Are you using the Mind Palace technique for that?
I have this entire library memorized. I have been here for 100 years, and I am tired of this place.
So she's an elf?
Yes.
No.
She's an elf.
Well, you make me glad that in 100 we'll be safely under the dirt. Good day.
There are no new books. Everything is derivative.
He doesn't understand us. I'll stay at the desk as they walk off.
7 wants to show off.
Okay, do it!
Seven's going to put Papyrus on the desk and say, "Stay." He will turn into a dog, and he will stay on the desk as I go up and get the other dog. Is it a good idea? No, but 7 is a show off.
So
I thought you were gonna hit her your journal.
As soon as you slam it down on the desk and it transforms, she immediately perks up. Oh, look at you! And starts playing with it.
He has that effect on people. I shall have to use him more.
He's a paper popper. Of course he's going to.
He's a paper popper. And I will go. Of course, 7 is smart enough to remember what she said about where the book's location was, and he will pop on up to the 3rd floor and retrieve his tome.
3rd floor, section 5, row B, 7th book game.
Ma'am, if you have any free time, away from the puppy, can you tell me where books about old elven kingdoms are?
2nd floor, 6th section, specific kingdom.
No.
Then you want row A through C.
He's already gone when she looks back.
So you get to row A through C, and you realize that these are 20-foot tall bookshelves that stretch a good 100 feet.
He turns around, not as fast, sulks back. Malion?
I'm following you.
Oh,
yeah, following you.
Yeah.
That would be row C, all the way down towards the end, 3rd shelf from the top.
I didn't know they were 20, 30 feet tall. And then walks back.
So you notice that there are ladders for each shelf, the rolling ladders. Sorry, I'm getting lots of things.
You're recreating the library from Game of Thrones. I got you.
What?
Don't worry about it.
That would be a baller library.
I haven't seen it.
Josh knows what I'm saying.
This is a baller library. I don't know what you're... But
don't worry about
anyway. So, 7. You find your book. It is an old tome. Leather bound in black. The pages look pretty worn, but it's in fairly good condition. You can tell that the mages... Sorry.
So, I'm sorry, is it magical?
It is not. These are reference books. But you pull it out, and this is a book about the founders specifically focusing on Mathilda and her extraordinary ability before the ley lines even emerged. So before the ley lines, this is something new. Magic was extremely rare, and at most, people were able to cast what are now, considered like first and second level spells. She was a prodigy, and was able to stretch the cap all the way up to fourth level spells, as well as enchant magic items before the ley lines had emerged. Permanent magic items. She had instructed most of the other founders in how to do so, the founders being the only ones with enough magical juice to really infuse items.
And she was a gnome, correct?
She was a... Actually, I think she was. I'll have to double check my notes.
For some reason, I've got in my head that she was a gnome. Well, I'll be more than happy, but...
Yeah, no, I think she is. Now that I think on it.
Nobody's perfect.
Towards the end of the book, it talks about how she suddenly disappeared from the school. She and another founder, get her name here. Sorry, I don't have it.
No, it's alright.
All the notes.
I'll have to watch this video again later to cross-reference this and figure out what my next move is.
Let's see here. Got.
Evan's got a plan.
Do you really?
Well, got 12% of a plan.
That would be. Where is it?
It's like saying I've written a paper during college. It's more like an outline.
Scroll. It would be Iris Oladan.
Have I heard that name before?
Oh,
Besides just being another school founder? I feel like I have.
No.
No? Oh well.
She's one of the founders. But no, she has not occurred anywhere that you guys have experienced yet.
I'm going to take a quick look around and see if there's any books about Iris indicating where she went, because I have a feeling, if Matilda dropped off the face of the earth, but Iris did too, perhaps they left at the same time, and if there's any leads on Iris.
So go ahead and make an investigation check.
Sure. Sorry, Scarlet. I'm reading all this out loud to Scarlet and going, this is probably dreadfully boring and a very bad date, so I apologize.
No, I'm thinking they eloped, but that's it. It's like, so cute!
Wizards are notoriously bad at romance. I hate to
Meanwhile,
inform
Seven's like, did they go to another plane? Did they?
Yeah, I'm like, what demi-plane are they chilling on? And she's like, they lived happily ever after.
Okay, so it takes you a while,
I must know.
and you end up getting about 3 rows down from where you were, before you finally find Iris Oladan. And you open it up and you read through it, and she was not as strong in magic as Mathilda was. Kind of a middling mage, but she was very good at mimicking magic. So those who would cast spells in front of her, she could pick up like that.
Interesting.
As you read through, again, it concludes with the fact that she vanished with this around the same time as Mathilda did. It is unclear as to where.
Useless. At least I know more about who I'm tracking. Just
Was Iris a gnome?
No, Iris was a half-elf.
Every question leads to more questions instead of answers. I'm not strong enough yet to track someone across. What am I saying? They're probably already dead, but if they're not, I'm looking at Scarlet. If they're not, if Matilda is still alive, which I have decent probable cause to believe, then she would be immortal. That means I
Yes.
can learn that. That means you're starting to follow with me here.
Yes. Just don't give Papyrus back, please.
Go get Papyrus, is that what you said?
No, I don't want you to give him back.
I'll do what I can.
Okay.
If you and I are immortal, imagine all the paper puppies we can make.
I thought the scope was big, and then it shrunk.
Scarlet, I mean,
The puppies.
that's the least of what we could do. We could shape the world to be an amazing place. We would have aeons to do so. This is the work of a lifetime. But even, as a human, I don't have that much time to do it. Will you help me?
Of course.
All right.
We'll make a better place for us.
Exactly. We're going to make a better world, a greater good. I'm very excited that you're with me on this adventure, Scarlet. This world is not going to look the same when we're done with it, I promise you. Right, we should get Papyrus. We have work to do.
Okay. So, Akira, you go straight to the section and you find it is a brown leather tome about probably that wide.
Okay.
And it's titled The Children of Malion.
Okay. I'll skim through it to see what's going on. I'm a pretty quick learner.
So it details most of its history, stuff that you already know. Towards the end of the book, you discover some of the details of what happened after. The children of Malion became corrupted after the ley lines, those that survived. They could no longer stand the light and were driven from the fairy woods to the west, where there is eternal darkness.
Is that it?
That's the gist of it. Nobody knows what has happened since then.
All these mysteries, man.
Yeah, you guys are going to go into the dungeon and forget all of it. It's going to be amazing because when we come back
I'm
out...
taking notes! I'm taking
good.
notes!
You damn well better, because otherwise you're going to be real confused.
I'll glance back at the chapters that basically talk about what happened to the city, and then I'll put it back.
So, the best account anyone can give is that a ley line ripped itself out of the ground from underneath the city, and when it resubmerged beneath it, it pulled the whole thing with it. The land filled in over the top of it, and immediately the forest grew.
Okay. I'll put the book back then, and I'll go wait at the desk.
I will retrieve Papyrus, and then there is one more thing I want
So-
to try before we go back.
As you go to take Papyrus back, the lady is sitting there going, "No, I don't want to let him go.
It's
He's
mine.
so cute."
Scarlet's going
Okay.
for blood. What's your name, ma'am?
My dog.
As Seven makes
Returning
the
to the
DM come up with
Nope, returning to the notes because I had all of them made when I first gave it to you.
you're a mensch.
There she is. It's Civis Glistness.
My name is Seven, like the number, haha. Moving on. I suspect I'll be in this library. That's how he introduces himself.
He
I
learned.
suspect I'll be in this library quite a bit in the near future, so I'd be more than happy to drop him off at the front desk for you.
I will be happy to paper sit for you.
Well, thank you. I think this is the start of a beautiful friendship. Is there an open study room that I can use for the next few minutes?
She kind of looks down the hallway. Fourth one to the left.
Thank you. I tell the others, I'm going to try and do a little bit of extracurricular magic really quickly. You may want to stand right outside the door in case I explode.
What? What brought upon... As I walk up, what?
Magic does not always behave itself, especially when you...
What are you trying?
Well, I have this thing that I do sometimes, where... Think of magic like a black and white coloring book, and normal wizards draw inside the lines, but occasionally I like to draw outside of the lines. And it can either go really well or really poorly.
Would you like some assistance?
I don't know if he can assist. Matt, can he assist?
You're not sure. You're not familiar with his magic.
Run me through how your magic works again. You draw ley
I
line
just,
energy from the weave in the air, correct?
I just kind of feel it.
Oh, you're a sorcerer. Alright.
I'm not.
You're sure? Because that's how sorcerers do it.
I'm pretty sure.
They only get like 3 spells a day, but, they get laid too, so...
I think you're mistaking... Wait, what?
Never mind.
Warlock versus... Okay.
We don't talk about warlocks. That's cheating.
I was gonna say, there's actually not a school here for warlocks.
Well, of course. They don't allow in people with sugar daddies.
Yeah.
You gotta learn your magic or get out.
Basically.
Literally, the only people that Seven has more contempt for than gnomes are warlocks.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't like steal.
Gnomish warlocks.
Next,
Zuko going,
all my
"Kick
next
your
characters are Gnomish warlocks from here on out. All of them.
Hating gnomes is a meme. Hating warlocks is an actual Seven character trait.
Hating warlocks is life.
No, I am going to attempt, DM, to replicate the effects of scrying on Matilda's spellbook to scry Matilda.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Oh.
Can I use my natural 20 from my diviner?
Ooh.
You can.
I'm going to use that. There is nothing random about wizardry.
Except for what you're doing.
So, you don't
Oh
explode.
dear.
I never take risks that I don't know that I'm going to win. Except for the ones that I do.
So, you don't explode.
That's a good start.
You feel your consciousness pull to the west. And about the time you get halfway there, cuts off.
Ow. Okay.
Where did you go? Am I in the room with him?
You've been standing. He asked you to stand out. If you listen to him, then you're outside the room. If you didn't bother, then you're inside.
I was wondering if you wanted me to help assist or not. Okay.
I don't think that you can actually help me. I just tried to do the equivalent of... what's a good metaphor? I tried to load 100 kilograms onto a donkey that's only made to support 80 by standing underneath the donkey and trying to lift it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
You had the mental equivalent of a bird hitting a pane of glass.
Somebody has gone out of their way. Either two things. One, either I messed up, which is very possible that I was trying to jury rig a spell, and that is getting more successful, but not particularly assured. Or two, someone has made it very clear that they don't want to be peeked at. I have a cardinal direction that I felt my mind pulled in. West. That is one more clue that I had when I came in here today. Good enough.
Oh, that's good.
Let's go to Scarlet's Temple and rendezvous with the others.
Okay.
Oh, did you learn anything useful?
I didn't do much. I just browsed some of the books.
Well, time spent in a library is never time wasted. Scarlet, lead on.
First, what happened to Ollie? Did he go?
Oh, Lord.
We didn't leave
Well, you
Cog,
guys-
we didn't leave Ollie.
Nobody said they got Ollie from the observatory.
We didn't say we took Cog either.
Cog was told to follow Seven.
That really awkward.
I would have told Cog to stay at the cottage until we knew what we were doing.
That's fine. Cog is good.
Mhm.
Cog is fine. He followed Seven.
But Ollie!
But Ollie, nobody got Ollie.
It's
We
okay,
would've
guys.
taken him.
Someone by now has adopted him. He is at a new
It's
home.
okay.
One moment.
Can it be Gideon's horse?
It's okay, guys.
Gideon will have his own horse.
Gar has already abducted an Ollie.
Oh, yeah, that
no,
works too.
that's horrible.
Well,
we have to make
Ollie's
sure that
bad.
Ollie is okay.
And probably ate it.
My alignment can't take very many more hits in an evil territory, and animal cruelty is not...
If we ever run back into Gar and Ollie has machine guns on him, we have to talk to someone. Souped up donkey running around terrorizing people. He distracts while Gar steals.
We wouldn't have just left him there, though.
There is a giant metal spider
Capacity
still outside,
assault
though.
Ollie.
Oh yeah, the spider wasn't
just
told to follow us. We don't know how to
sitting there.
control it, so the spider's still there.
Spider's fun.
It's covered in parking tickets. Nobody can claim it because of all the back taxes.
Kind of hard to get parking tickets on your.
Yeah, no, it's just randomly this week I was talking to Matt, I was like, Matt, where's Ollie? Just randomly. Whoops. He wasn't in the house, so he's not with Gig.
Oh, that's so bad.
Got left out on the lawn.
I bet you Gig like sitting there for like a week or something, and then realizes like, oh,
Ollie!
crap.
Dad, we gotta go back.
Bro, give me one thing to do!
We gotta go back to the town,
Gotta go back to the future.
right?
Sorry.
Not again.
Again. So, from the library, you guys are heading to the Temple of Soon.
We'll arrive
So-
soon.
Hmm.
All told, let's see. Guys, if you hurry, you should be able to make it back to the airship with a little bit of time.
Okay.
So,
Oh yeah, is Scarlet's Temple a
you're
House of
about to
Leaves?
find out.
Good luck,
I'm
Max.
going to turn to Scarlet and say, it occurs to me, I've never actually been in the temple proper. What's it like?
You'll see. I'm just gonna march towards the temple.
Okay.
Can I insight that?
I don't like not
What
knowing.
would you gain from an insight? She just said you'll see.
It's a surprise.
Are you expecting some sort of grand vision from insight?
No, I'm expecting them to turn around and he's just gone.
You'll see. Nope. Just leaves.
The best you can tell is she's excited to see the temple again.
Okay.
You also know they're not allowed to go around it without an escort.
Hmm.
Yeah, the two
Duty.
troublemakers.
Duty. So,
Okay.
you arrive at the Temple of Sun, and outside you see two giant statues of Sun. Purely carved marble, every line perfect. The hair is not carved of marble, but is actually made of what looks to be some form of trying to think of the. It's not quite gem. It's almost like red quartz.
Rose quartz?
Yes, there. Thank you. I was looking for that. And it looks almost like the wind is blowing the hair. Just for whatever reason, the way it's carved makes it almost seem alive. It is not. It is stationary. Just the illusion. As you enter the doors, they are simple wooden doors. Strange, but sometimes there is beauty in simplicity. Opening the doors, you find tall marble pillars, kind of. They're not random. They aren't straight lines, but the way they're supported makes the path to the front kind of winding. And as you look around, you notice that all of the pews are either made of kind of a wrought iron with very thick cushioning, or are carved from marble. It's Kitty. You do see a couple of people praying to Sun. Most of them seem to be either well fully dressed or barely dressed.
Put those glasses up, 7.
Scarlet is like holding a hand up.
I assure you, they just slipped down my nose.
But I just saw you push them to. Okay. Never mind. I know that look.
Did you? Did you?
So,
Did it?
A trick of the light.
Scarlet, you know there is the main altar to Sun, which is just mostly it's a large bust of her face with again the wild mane of hair sitting in front. There are the offices in the back where your superiors do most of their paperwork. Or you can take a seat among the pews to pray. What would you like to do?
I want to talk to the higher ups.
Okay. So, you immediately begin, instead of going straight up the middle, you kind of duck off to the left-hand side and kind of follow the wall towards the back, and you find some more ornate wooden doors. Open them, go through. You're not stopped. You do see a couple of the acolytes notice you, but they see your symbol. They recognize you. This is your home temple, and don't stop you. As you head towards the back, you see the rest of you. Scarlet, you're familiar with this. You see a couple of... You see wood-paneled walls and fairly simple-looking offices. You see signs for things like marriage counselors and things for what equates to a clinic. As you near the back, you see a couple of rooms. Some of them will have the doors closed. The ones that are open, you see I'm trying to think of the best way to describe this. It looks like a love nest. Large bed, red, kind of very gaudy colors.
Like Japanese love hotel interior.
Basically.
It looks like somebody threw up a holiday.
It basically threw up Valentine's Day. But you can see that there is signs above this section saying Hall of Consummation.
I just shoot a crimson glance at Scarlet.
I can't believe they would label something. Yeah.
You guys can stay here, and then I'm just gonna knock on the door.
Okay.
Take me with you.
You knock on the door, and almost as soon as you finish knocking, the door swings open, and you see the Lady Valera standing before you.
Alira?
Valera.
Valira.
Ah, Scarlet. Welcome back. Come in. And
Thank
she
you.
takes your hand and pulls you in and shuts the door.
I guess we're stuck out here.
I can... Well, no, actually, wizards can't do that. It's times like this I wish I was a bard. I could cast a cone of silence about us. Unfortunately, that only seems to be a music magic thing. It's just something wizards haven't figured out yet.
Huh. You don't say.
I could quote facts to distract us if you would like.
Yeah,
About Akira,
yeah.
you feel a hand on your shoulder and a light whisper in your ear.
I jump
Aren't
back.
you cute?
Or I jump forward. I jump forward.
Whoa.
Like I don't even hear it. Just the hand makes me jump forward.
You jump forward and nearly slam into the door.
Yep.
And
Turn
behind
around,
you,
back to the wall.
you see a tall, blonde woman in very revealing sheer cloth.
How
So, right,
quickly?
Akira, I
Can
prepared Foppigon today.
Oh, okay. Matt, I want to do something really funny. How quickly can I draw my bow?
Ooh.
I mean,
No.
go ahead. Tell you what, go ahead and roll an initiative.
Okay.
How do we
Oh,
get kicked
no.
out of the Temple of Doom?
Not fast enough.
Okay.
So you go.
Do you want to hear my plan?
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
finish.
I was going to shoot myself in the foot with the banishing arrow.
You go to draw your bow, and she slides up, almost glides forward, and caresses your cheek. I need you to make a charisma save.
Oh,
I was going to say Constitution. I was gonna pass out.
Not bad. Not bad. So, you feel yourself, like, as she touches your cheek, you feel yourself kind of relax for just a moment. And then you're like, this isn't right. This isn't right. This isn't right. This isn't right.
I moved 15 feet behind
Does he-
Seth.
Do you bet? Oh,
There's not 15 feet for you to move, dude.
Oh, shit!
I am wearing a cloak, and you are very svelte. You could hide under my cape if you want. I'll just turn back to this scantily clad woman and say, apologies, we're not used to such charming presence.
I can tell. She kind of gives you a quizzical look. No, you belong to one. That's okay. And she kind of peeks behind you at Akira. But
I crouch down, and how the Cloak of Elvenkind works is it kind of blends into the wall. She knows I'm there, because there's nothing to hide behind, but it becomes like blending into the wall.
Seven's gonna Jedi mind trick her with the say, this little one's not worth your trouble.
What's your DC? It's not gonna matter. She rolled a 19.
Damn.
No, she didn't. She rolled a 13.
No, she didn't, because you didn't call it ahead of time.
Darn, that never works when I want it to. Look,
You rolled a 13.
Socially awkward spellcasters, we don't know how to respond to this. We're just going to embarrass ourselves. I apologize in advance.
Well, when you decide to grow up, come find me. And she walks away.
Akira, don't grow up. Women are scary.
Akira has decided.
Myself in over my head.
Akira has decided to become Peter Pan. He's going to Neverland.
It's already got the ears.
Oh man.
So, back to Scarlet. So, what brings you home, child?
Well, me and my crew, we're called... Shit. I don't know what we're called, but we're kind of an addition to the Jade Dragon.
Oh, so you decided to finally join a guild.
Yes. And I believe we're heading out soon to research on some ghosts.
Ghosts?
Yes. So I was wondering if you had anything for me.
Ghosts. We don't usually deal with ghosts. Tell you what, I'll give you this. And she walks over to a small cabinet, opens it up, and inside you see a small, looks like almost like a charm bracelet.
Oh! Cute.
The only charm that's currently on it is what looks to be a heart bound in a gold chain.
The heart is like a red one.
Yeah, it's actually a root that has a fine golden chain. And she gently takes your hand, puts it around your wrist, puts your hand between hers. This should help you against the charm effects of some spirits. I can't promise that it will save you, but it should help. And so the mechanical effects of this is it gives you advantage on saving throws against charm.
Ooh. Against charm?
Yes.
I look at it, and then jiggle the heart around on my wrist. And I look at her and say, "Thank you, Lady Valera." Can I say it right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Close enough. Oh, by the way, Have you heard from Damien? We sent him off to the west, and last I heard, you had done the same.
We actually met up once, and he said he was going eastward to fight some vampires. So that's the last I've heard from him.
It's odd. He should have been going to the southwest.
Was it going southwest?
Yeah.
He
We
was-
were going south to Heather's town. He went southwest.
I thought he went east.
Nope, we went east after that.
Yeah.
Oh, he went southwest.
How would she know that whatever direction Scarlet thinks he went, probably assume he went the other way?
Yeah.
He went southwest and points points east.
But you haven't heard from him since.
Mm-mm.
We haven't either.
Mm-mm.
He did.
Oh, goodness.
He's a vampire.
Been growing concerned that
I mean, it's only been 3 months-ish.
yes,
Only.
Yeah, he did.
I'll bring him up.
we dispatched a group of scouts to go find him, and we haven't reported yet. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see what there is. Thank you for the information, and thank you for stopping. Missed you.
I missed you too. Thank you.
And she gives you a big hug and kind of like winces a little bit at the armor, but gives you a kiss on both cheeks and turns you around. Opens the door for you. And as you walk out, she gives you a slap on. Do good work.
Then I walk out, and then I see Akira
Cowering under Seven's robes.
Under the cloak, I'm just camouflaged, kinda. Maybe.
Did you get anything?
Yeah, look at this.
And you see a very pretty charm bracelet.
Is it a very magical pretty charm bracelet?
You sense a faint aura of magic. You can't identify it without the spell, but you feel
good. I was going to say, if he could identify it with just Arcana, he'd be like, this would have been useful about 25 seconds ago.
Precisely. By the way, there are some very good prostitutes here.
You do not recall
You're
any
just-
prostitutes being in place, Scarlet.
There's no prostitutes.
What was the lady in the... as Akira peeks up over his cloak.
Perhaps I was just being cynical. I thought she was after Akira. Elf gold, which, as we all know, elves hoard gold.
What?
Elves are
tried
like
to-
dragons.
No, well, some are... Okay.
Humans are comically racist.
She...
No.
This lady in, like, gold robes? Like, revealing robes? Yeah. Gold
sheer
robes, This lady in gold robes tried to charm me.
What was her name?
I don't know! I didn't get that far. I didn't want it to get that far.
It didn't go very far.
Well, I know what monsters to send after Akira. Just a swarm of dryads.
Succubi.
What do you mean they have dominate person? Sorry.
Sorry, you have a leather book. You can't fight back, you can at the very least enjoy it. Right, are we on our way out, Scarlet?
Yes, we are. Not a prostitute, by the way.
Right, we'll sort that out later. I would like to just pay my tribute to Soon very briefly, because she was such a help the other day with the Jeremy incident.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sure she'd love to.
Right. Is there an offering plate or something like that?
There is. At the altar, you can see that there are actually several plates set up. Some of them have offerings of fruit. Some of them have offerings.
Right.
Some small trinkets.
I will put 10 gold pieces in the offering plate. Look up to the statue and say, "Alright. You get to live. I will get up and follow Scarlet."
And Seven, you notice, as you look at the statue, it seems to smile and gives a little wink.
That's unnerving. I'm getting out of here.
As they're walking away, I'm gonna put 5 gold into the offering, and just say, just look back briefly, be like, just let me leave here. No walk.
It's like the gift shop of soon. The women don't stop harassing.
Akira,
Mhm.
as you exit the temple, feel a light caress across the back of your neck.
Out the left and just hiding.
You don't see anyone there.
Oh no, let's soon hitting on you?
Let's just get to the airship.
Fucking called it.
Wise decision. Your goddess is a troll.
Her goddess has red hair.
Like she couldn't change her hair if she wanted to.
Fair point.
Oh no. Oh no, is that? Oh no. Don't tell me she's just running around.
I need to make a bard of soon. I can be whatever you want me to be. Changeling bard of soon. Yes!
Oh god.
Oh,
You know, I know somebody who could go that route.
Yeah, I know somebody too.
Man, how far do these airships go?
Well, most of them can go as far as they need. They don't exactly run on fuel.
Okay. Just throwing that information out there. In case
Okay.
you want to actually go save your friend at some point.
Yeah. If he's alive.
We can find out.
Should be heading west anyway.
Okay.
West is also the eye.
True.
So many things. So many things to worry about.
Yeah, hopefully the vampires don't have eyes, and then we'll be fine.
Matt, did you say the... Okay, it's to the west. I wrote that down. Never mind.
West.
The beast.
Beast.
So, you guys head back, and you all meet up at the airship docks. Fen, sorry, I thought you were watching Shadow. Did you?
It was a ruse.
Ah, okay.
It was a ruse.
So,
You fooled even me.
as Finn walks out, he does go in the direction of Shadow and Splinter. Looks at them, sees Splinter, just kind of understands what's going on. He's going to find the tallest building that he can climb without getting arrested.
Okay.
He's gonna take 3 gulps from his gourd. You want me to roll con saves for that?
No, that's fine. You're used to it by now.
He's gonna sit cross-legged, splash some on the ground, sit the apple down beside him. He's gonna start trying to meditate. He's just gonna... Master Wukong, if you can hear me, give me the strength to protect my brother. And the courage to find the rest of my family.
Okay. So, you sit. Long moment. and just kind of enjoying the breeze up here this high. And as you take the next sip from your gourd, it tastes a little sweeter than usual.
Thank you, Master. I hope to see you soon. We'll save the monastery together. Just like you planned. He's gonna get down when time comes, grab Shadow, and go to the docks.
Okay. So, Shadow, your training. Most of what has been going on has been meditation. And Master Splinter has been guiding you through focusing on various points of your body where your
Okay, hold that
energy...
thought. Everything is robotic. Hang on.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
No, she dies.
Everything's robotic. Just falls.
Okay.
Gone.
Sorry.
Got it?
Everything was robotic. I could not hear anything.
Oh, you would just run
Continue.
robotic.
Yeah, it sounds like your connection's getting a little... can you hear?
Yeah,
have anything-
I can kind of. Hang on.
Check to make sure you don't have any Steam games downloading or something like that.
No,
I hate when
I
that
don't.
I've just got the Library of Congress downloading in the background. Don't worry about it. Continue.
It's okay. There's not a lot.
Not anymore.
This cord is still showing green. I don't get it.
You sound better now.
No.
Got it?
Test.
Hang on.
You all?
She's gonna go reset the router. So. Dang it, Matt!
Everybody says so all at once. Are you kidding me?
Always being Nick. Always.
What you doing, Bella?
How you guys doing? You enjoying your various visits to the temples?
No.
My kitty came to say
Yes.
hello, so I'm happy.
Yes.
Akira and Seven are gonna have a buddy cop movie soon. How often?
It's Rush
Are
Hour
you the
12.
bad cop then, and I'm the good cop?
You have bad cop and worse cop.
Yeah, no, Kira's
Right.
definitely Jackie Chan.
It's more like exasperated cop and Brady cop.
Do you understand the words coming out of my mouth?
It's Rush Hour 12.
Go filter fish.
Those bloopers had me dying. What's the name of the fish again? Oh man.
Is it break?
While we wait for Heather to come back?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but we're still recording. Just
Yeah.
Oh,
You
that's
can probably pause the recording.
Hi,
we've
YouTube.
gone too far.
But then it's in pieces.
It's fine. You can go ahead and pause it still. We're gonna take a quick break, guys.
Bye, YouTube.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay,
There we
recording
go.
again. Welcome back. No, so. Shadow, you are focusing on various points of your body, trying to rebuild the connection you lost to your energy. The principles are strange because it's focusing mostly on what monks consider ki, but for whatever reason it seems intertwined with your psychic abilities.
I knew it.
You can feel it's not like it was when Splinter had forced them open. But as you focus on each spot, it's a long process, but you can kind of feel this building within you as the gates open. You don't have quite as much time to recover everything, but you recover most of it. At least in terms of your your actual energy. Some of the abilities haven't come back to you yet. Go over what you get back.
Mm-hmm.
But mechanically speaking, you are at half of your psionic points. And we'll go through your abilities and kind of pick which ones make sense for you to have at this point. I will say that you do get your healing ability to be able to heal others, because you were focusing on that.
Mm-hmm.
Your need to help. And you will have access to Revivify, provided you can...
Yeah, still need to get the crystal.
I will say that there is one person that you could probably speak to in Essir, besides Gig. But I guess you guys don't know she's here. Never mind.
I was gonna say, I mean, I can think of a few people that may know, possibly, about it.
Never mind. Sorry. Spoilers.
Thanks.
Way to ruin it, man.
Yep. I'm a
I
dick.
can see the future.
Tease.
Dad magic.
So, with that, Splinter calls your training to a close, informing you that it is almost time. Fen retrieves you from the cart, having seen you enter it with Master Splinter. And you guys all meet up at the airship. So, you guys approach the Feywind, and where the other one was very utilitarian, this one is dressed to the nines. The name itself, painted along the side, is actually done in a gold filigree. The sails are embroidered with the sigil of the Jade Dragon, as well as looks like green swirling wind. 7. You do detect a enchantment to these sails.
Interesting. What? I know I'd have to cast Detect Magic to get an exact reading, but what can I sense coming off of it if it's that strong?
It's just a strong magic sense. You'd have to cast the spell to be able to identify the school. Sorry. I'll give you a little bit. Just enough to tease you.
That's alright. I'll have time to ritually cast it when...
As you approach, you notice that most of the crew is either elf or half-elf. But once you get to the docks, you see it's hard to guess her age. She's a fair-skinned elf, pointy ears, long black hair.
Would I be able to tell?
You can guess that she's at least in her 3rd century.
Okay.
I mean, when you're dealing in hundreds of years, it's kind of hard to pinpoint.
Yeah. We count them 1 through 7.
Right.
Maybe 8. If you're lucky.
Somebody said that.
But she is clearly the captain, dressed to the nines in very bright colors, hat and all, like probably the most well-dressed person on the deck. But she stands there, like, overseeing everybody, and she kind of has this very sharp to her. Like, she is master of this ship, and no one dares cross her. And as she turns to you all, she kind of looks you over. Are you my 1230?
We are.
Yes. I'll wave, because I assume I signed the paper, probably.
She looks up. You're early. That throws off us schedule a little bit. Yep.
Well, don't just on our account. We can always find something else to do. We just figured it would be better to err on the side of.
Fair. I like you. Well, we are on schedule to leave at 12:30. If you would like to go ahead and board the ship, you can. If you have any other errands to run, you have 15 minutes or I'm leaving without you.
Fair enough.
Noted.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 6. I
Get
know I'll
on
be
the
late.
ship.
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere.
I just gotta raise my hand. I kind of learned how to sail on our last boat. Can I help?
She kind of looks at you quizzically.
I can learn more.
All right, show me what you got.
Okay.
Show me what you got. Sorry.
And
I'll do whatever I learned.
as you all board the ship, she kind of is giving you all the once-over. And when she gets to Akira, she pauses, narrows her eyes. That's it.
That's it?
That's it.
And we're done?
Um,
Come on.
so I heard about the job you guys are taking. I wanted to say thank you. One of the people taken was a cousin of mine.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
What was his name? Or her name? I don't assume.
But you did assume.
Got him.
Just gonna-
His name was Elmer. Elmer, not Elmer. Stupid human names. No offense.
I know, they do
Some
make
take 'em.
those mistakes sometimes.
You can
I
offend
nodded
them all you
nice.
want. How do you spell that?
Almer.
A-L. No, I.
No.
Ow, ow. It's gonna be glue.
There. Why am I on 7? Not working.
Impressive.
Why are you on 7?
Don't know. I was
That is
hitting.
me?
I can chat as everybody.
Yeah.
7
Oh, this is not
corrects you.
good.
What-
7 corrects
whatever-
you and says Almer.
Whatever character sheet you have access to, that's what you can make.
Oh.
Yep, I just talked as Misty.
Yeah, so the DM can do everybody.
What was the
That's so
captain's
funny.
name?
Pretty elf lady.
She hasn't introduced herself.
She's Captain Badass.
Ben just kind of sheepishly. My name's Ventoris. It's yours.
Kilissa Pestalo.
Oh, please type that.
Okay.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Gesundheit. Please, please verify what I heard. Thank you. Okay, that's why I didn't understand. Okay.
You put that in the chat for me. Grateful.
She's gonna be called Kaylee from now on, just because I can't physically say that.
Kalesa?
Kilissa Pestalo.
Kalesa.
Alessa.
Just say it like that.
Gonna do the shoulder pops.
Kalesa.
And again, the way she walks around the ship, the ship kind of moves a bit with the wind. She doesn't even seem to notice it. Perfect balance. Everything tells you that she knows this ship well.
While we're all giving out names, my name is Akira.
Kira or Akira?
Akira.
Noted. And she turns to each of you, expecting names.
Shadow
Kira?
Song.
I'm Curious, and the wolf with me is Misty.
Barris. Barris Blackwing.
Oh, Blackwing. Interesting.
My name is Seven. Like the number, yes.
She nods.
Preemptively.
We're all gonna start
Most
doing it
elves
for you.
don't laugh at. Most elves don't laugh at that, Seven.
There's no effect.
Am I laughing?
Yes. On the inside.
On the inside. Get out of my head.
It's happening. It's spreading.
I could have stopped this, you know.
Anyway.
My name is Scarlet Valentine.
Ah,
Yes.
one of Soon's ladies.
Yes.
Shadowstone. And you are? She looks to you, Fen.
Ventoris.
What's
She
wrong, Fen?
nods.
Are you okay?
Are
Do
you sure?
furbolgs blush?
Is Fen okay?
She's a
don't know.
well-balanced lady.
Yeah.
Ven's
Her
intimidated
ship.
more than anything.
Okay, intimidated. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So, she checks her watch again. Ah, fantastic. 12:30 on the dot. And she spins on her heel, walks towards where the helm is, and you can see a half-elf boy, probably about maybe 17 or 18 years old, at the helm. She just gives him a nod, circles her hand above her head, and the ship starts drifting off. Lines are cut, cast away, and it's about maybe 2-3 minutes, just enough to clear the docks before all the harnesses get handed out. I assume you know the drill.
Yep.
Yes.
Alright, Misty, come back.
Oh, we have one for her as well. And they actually pull out a specialized harness, several straps that would band, basically looks very much like a dog harness, where it crosses the chest.
Mhm.
But there's a couple of additional connection points. And they kind of look to you, can we put this
Yeah.
on her? Oh, okay. And
As long as you don't have any ill intentions, she'll be fine with you.
Okay, so they put the harness on. She'll need to sit at the bow of the ship. That's where we have all the lines for her. Is that okay?
I look at her, you alright with that?
She nods.
Yeah.
And they lead her up to the front, and strap her down, and the way the straps are is actually up and down to the floor, so she kind of has to crouch in place. It keeps her still. She won't be able to jump up, but it will keep her from having to get jostled around.
Okay.
Once all the lines and rigging are secure, you know the drill, and the airship rockets off.
Yep. I'm gonna hand Seven a little jar really quick. That's just aerosol ginger. Just here.
Thank you.
Found it at Walcart.
Yep. It was next to the chocolates. I don't know why, but it was there. I don't know how that story layout
Where
is.
you found it, I am most grateful.
Okay. And 7 vapes ginger.
There's worse stuff for you.
This Seattle dwelling hipster mage with his BS glasses and his you probably have never heard of this magic before attitude. Of course he would vape.
It does not surprise me one bit.
Nope.
Oh my goodness.
What have you done? What have you done, 7?
Alright. While we're flying, I did want to ask Seven some stuff.
Okay.
Seven. Yes. Would you be able to? Is there a way to do some of your magic? Because I know my magic was gifted me by Sylvanas himself. But is there a way to do your magic, but with the way that I cast my magic? Pretty much use wisdom instead of intelligence.
to cast wizarding spells.
Nothing strong. I'm
From
talking like the minor ones.
Yes. It's still gonna be. You will need some memorization involved, so you will need to cast them from intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some ones that are minor enough that you can get them down without needing a spell book, as long as you're bright enough to grasp some really elementary concepts, and you seem like you have a decent head on your shoulders. You
would be wrong in that district, but yes.
Which ones do you want me to show?
I was thinking touch cantrips, like Shock and Grasp, stuff like that.
I actually don't know Shocking Grasp.
How do you not have taser hands?
If I'm close enough to grasp someone and kill them, I'm already dead.
That is a fair point.
I do know one called Chill Touch. If our fight against the trolls had progressed much longer, I used it to prevent their regeneration. And I'll teach him a basic spell that you can reach out and channel the darkness in the air around the target, the shadows, tap into latent necrotic energy.
Okay.
That's that's the only attack one I know.
It's fair.
Yeah. It'll probably take some time to learn a cantrip.
Yeah.
But
I was more just trying to figure out if there was a way to learn some of his to make it wisdom based. So it'd be like a adaptation of the spell.
doable.
That would be a that would be a DM thing, but
Seven, you're familiar with this kind of magic. This is what you've learned from the mistress.
Well,
Spell manipulation.
It is technically possible. I'm probably one of the only people that can help you with that, if I'm being quite honest. Let's work on it, and you tell me, as we fly, what it feels like and how you cast your normal spells. And we will do our best to open up a bridge between the natural weave of magic in the air around you and your willpower, your connection to the forces of Sylvanas and nature that drive your spellcasting.
Okay.
And I will attempt to help him weave different results from his connection to the gods. Although, in my experience, gods are rather finicky about magic messed with. We can probably, as long as we don't get too high up in that spectrum, we can probably monkey around with a few minor spells. So you wanted to try Shocking Grasp?
Yeah, because pretty much...
Even though I don't have that one on standby, is pretty easy. Lightning is a natural element.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we'll just talk about this pretty much the rest of the trip.
Of course,
okay.
And I'll help him out with the particulars.
Was there anything that you guys would like to cover? You arrive.
If I have the time, I'm just going to be working on my project.
Okay. This ship flies a bit smoother. It seems to have a better thrust system than the last one. So you're actually able to get a little bit of progress on it. Anybody else?
I'm just gonna keep my eye on the captain, see if she's looks back over it all.
She catches you looking a couple of times.
Oh yeah, I'm not being stealthy about it.
And she just heaves a sigh and makes her way towards you, moving her lines along with. And when she gets to you, she folds her arms in, across her chest and just kind of looks down at you because she's very much taller than you. Can I help you?
Is anybody around right now? I assume we're in our chairs, right? Or are we free to move?
You've been free to move since you guys have your cruising speed.
Just 2 points of contact.
If nobody's around, I'll just... Why did you... pause when you looked at me at the end of the group.
You looked familiar. To see
You're a cutie.
who I thought you were.
Who did you think I was?
She just kind of smiles. Doesn't matter. And she walks away.
God, nobody can give a straight answer in this town.
I think she likes you. Mm-hmm.
Akira's gonna follow.
Asir should have been called the city of no answers.
Akira's going to follow her in a little bit higher raised voice, so like people in the immediate vicinity. What do you mean you can't answer? Or not can't answer. What do you mean it doesn't matter? Is what I meant. Yeah.
She turns back to you. Well, if you are who I thought you were, you should be dead. And she turns back and begins to walk away again.
Akira just with a pale, like, his face just white, all washed of color, just sits back down in his seat. Just waits.
She
I have some
goes into
ginger
her-
if you're nauseated.
No, I'm fine. What were you saying?
I was gonna say she goes into her and does not come back out until you guys arrive at the Fairywoods. So instead of dumping you off
Oh, I was ready for it.
like the dwarf captain did,
So is Sava.
Love that guy.
she
You know.
she descends to hover just above the town. And, like, you would expect there to be some sort of, like, blowout from the lift or something like that. There's not. This is pure magical levitation.
There's no way I'm walking
Flying
over that
first
edge.
class, boys and girls.
Mm-hmm.
And
got the
they,
fancy ship this time.
from the side of the deck, a plank gets folded out. And as it folds, you can see a gearing system that looks like it would lower it towards the ground. Are you ready to depart?
Yes, do we have the way to message you when we're done?
Yes, sorry. The guild informed me that I would give you this, and she hands you one
Thank
half
you.
dozen.
I'm gonna hand it a 7.
You sure you don't want me to hold on to it?
I'm gonna lose it if you guys leave it with me.
Akira, would you like it?
Yeah,
I can
don't
hold on
lose
to it
any-
if you want.
Are you sure?
No.
I mean, I don't lose
No.
anything. I know
One of you-
that, but I don't lose. Okay.
Someone should be our
Not the
communicator.
trout.
I'll hold it. I'll hold it. And I'll put the sending stone in my pocket.
Okay.
Next time, Fen, next time.
And she keeps the other one. Just call
Then
us
you
when
are
we're
the
ready.
local party.
And with that,
I'm gonna go get Misty.
she's already been
Okay.
released. As soon as you guys stopped.
How high up are we?
You are about 40 feet up in the air right now.
Over the ship.
You're just gonna drop?
Just gonna drop.
Okay.
Man.
Slow fall. Just
That you know of. It's not the same ship. We don't know if it does
No.
that.
You didn't receive the tokens that you got from the last one.
Isn't it a
Monk
monk
thing?
thing?
it's a monk thing.
Yeah.
You get.
Suicide.
Oh right, they
I
gave you
spend
the.
the key point.
Okay. I forgot the.
Oh, well, you don't even need to do that. As a monk, you can just fall and it reduces the damage by multiplication of 5. Just hitting the ground.
I'm trying to remember how that works because if I remember correctly,
30 feet up, and it reduces fall damage. Hold on, I'll read it real quick.
I'm trying to remember. Slow fall. Beginning at 4th level, you use your reaction when you to reduce any falling damage you take by an amount equal to 5 times your monk level.
So 40 feet.
Or 40 damage.
Exactly.
No, it's.
You can use your reaction to when you fall to reduce the falling damage you take by 40.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Let's see here. It's 40.
You want me to make an acrobatics check or something?
No, this is just an ability, so.
Yeah, he has to roll 46 and you just reduce it from that.
And yeah, nope, easily enough. So you kind of roll and keep rolling. So when you hit the ground, instead of like hitting, you actually roll backwards with the landing momentum, and then spring back up to your feet with a kind of a flourishing drink.
Aw, no superhero landing.
No, bad for the knees.
I know it.
Actually, he's gonna do a superhero.
I'm gonna look down and be like, nope.
I'm gonna take the.
You can do it!
No!
No. Look at the captain. So how do we get down from here?
And she gestures to the large platform they flipped out. You're able to walk out on it, and as soon as you do, she pulls a lever and begins to slowly lower down to the ground.
Okay, thank you.
As you are lowered, you can see like people from the town have now stepped outside and are like looking like at this airship. Several of them have approached the landing point with a elderly gentleman at the front.
Do we all fit on this platform that's lowering?
Oh yeah, no, it's large enough for to fit.
Did you say people were approaching us?
Yeah, they've all like gathered around where you're landing. It's not every day that a airship comes to town, and they did send out a request.
So Finn is just gonna bow. Greetings from the Jade Dragon. We are here to assist in your problem.
Is this a full elvish town?
No, you do see several elves, but it's not all elves. You see some humans, you see a couple of halflings, 2 dwarves.
A gnome.
Always a gnome. Just one gnome.
Is there any fearbulbs?
You do not see any fearbolts.
Funny.
All gnomes, target-rich environment.
Oh god, no!
Well, we've been sent by the Jade Dragon
Did that.
Guild, as my compatriot has stated. What seems to be the trouble?
The older gentleman says, thank you, I'm Elder Marshall. The report was vague because we don't know what's going. We do know is every decade or so, some of them missing. Every decade or so, some adventurers come and try to find these missing. Unfortunately, they don't return.
It dates back a long time, doesn't it?
Yes. Ever since the town was founded. But we thought it was just a myth. Something people would just wander off. It has
Are
only
we,
been recently.
Are we on like the outskirts of the woods?
Yes. You can literally see it from town. So, to give you guys a perspective, this looks like a very small farming village. Beyond it, you see tall green woods. From the airship, you could see about 5 miles into the woods a tall tree that completely dwarfs the rest of them.
Akira looks at the large trees in the forest.
Yes, it is almost. It's not in the middle of the forest. It's 5 miles in from the edge.
Akira looks up at the tree and gives almost like a heartfelt smile. And then it goes back to looking normal.
So, the elder continues to explain, something has changed this year. Some people have gone missing, but there's more of them. And every single one of them, when they're taken, a sapling has been planted in their bed with soil.
Like their bed that they sleep in?
Yes, they've all been taken from their beds.
And
Like
in
they're being
replacement of their
replaced.
body was a plant?
A plant has been planted in their bed, and it looks about almost like a small sapling.
Can you show me the plant? Do you have any?
And he's like, well, yes, I can take you to the last victim's house. And he leads you, it's actually fairly close. It's the second house on the left from the main road entering town. They open the door, the family being the ones, some of the ones who came out to greet you, and lead you in. And you can see that on the bed, perfectly centered, is a sapling, about a foot tall, of similar type to the trees of the fairy woods.
Okay. Is there anything strange about it in the pot or anything, or the plant itself?
It's not in a pot. It's planted in the bed.
It's planted. Okay. Anything strange about the tree itself?
Other than its placement, no.
Okay.
Could use a little water.
Okay. Thanks.
Can I do a divine sense?
Sure. It doesn't have very good range, remember.
No, I have 60 feet from where I am. I just want to see if I can get a ping.
Okay. So
evil. I'm sorry, specifically evil or undead right now.
So nothing is within your range. You do sense not necessarily an undead presence, but this sense of a great death, many deaths, coming from the fairy woods.
What is the story? What is the story of the woods?
Akira, did you want to fill them in? Or would you prefer because the NPC, so Elder Marshall...
I would like to do something, but I realized how I would... Well, the thing that I would like to do... I wish I didn't say I put it back. Go ahead and fill them in. I was going to say Akira could steal the book from the library, but I already said I put it back.
The Elder chimes in with, as far as we know, there used to be a great elven city in the middle of the fairy woods. Well, not in the middle, what used to be the middle until it got cut back. It stood before the ley lines emerged, until one of them erupted from the ground and swallowed it. The fairy woods have been an unwelcoming place ever since.
Because all I can sense that there is death. Lots of it.
Oh, that bodes well.
It seems that the only people who are able to go into the woods and come out again are those who have a special nature.
A what nature? Sorry.
Have a special connection to nature.
Not it.
Then we're all screwed.
How special?
Me and Fed are fine.
I'm fine.
Me, Fed, and Q are fine.
We're good. We're Gucci.
So, buddy system?
Buddy system.
It's more than just mere knowledge.
Hmm.
Actually having a kinship with nature.
Elaborate, please.
Still fine.
Still fine.
Class levels and something naturey.
I don't exactly know how to explain it.
All
What
be
do you?
druids.
Is there something?
Well, I mean, I don't know if that would be enough, but I grew up on a farm. I tended crops and stuff.
He kind of gestures around. We're all farmers here, my dear.
I have access to some earthen magic, and I do druidcraft and start playing around with the leaf in the wind.
I honestly, I can't tell you whether you pass its test or not.
And I think to Seven, well, I mean, I can channel other animals with my wings and stuff, but I don't think that's enough.
Did the other adventurers... Sorry, go ahead.
No worries, I was just going to think and message back at her quickly. The weave of magic is natural, but it is not of the green. That magical force that druids and rangers tap into.
No, well, I don't tap into the weave either.
I don't make the rules, girl. I just break them.
You said that
I am neither.
You said that you've had other adventuring parties come in here. Did they go into the forest as well?
Some of them did. Some of them just weren't able. They tried to wait until whatever was taking people to come out, but they never found it. The ones that ventured into the woods never came back.
So, it sounds to me like we have two options. We can either go into the woods and press our luck, or we can stay here and wait for it to make a move and then probably not solve the problem.
Finn's gonna turn around, look at the rest of the group. Not his brothers. I don't know if you all spent time in nature by yourselves or not. Looks at Seven. I doubt you ever even like to get dirt on your boots.
Not if I can avoid it.
However, if we go in there, be respectful. Don't mark the trees. Don't disturb the wildlife. Let everything be in its natural state as it's meant to be, and we should be fine.
Sounds like a plan.
That is the only plan I believe we have.
Leave nature to nature.
Just treat nature like you would treat someone you cared about.
My face had a stroke.
So,
If you wouldn't disrespect Scarlet, you shouldn't respect the land itself. Is pretty much what he's
that's
saying.
what you meant. Okay, alright. I was having
So-
trouble following your syllogism.
the Yielder kind of looks at you. Be staying the night or heading out now?
Is
What
it like
time is
3
it?
in the afternoon right now? How long did the trip take?
From there, yeah, probably about 3 to 4 hours. Well, you're looking at about 45.
I'll mention what I sensed. There is something in the woods. I can't tell exactly what it is, but it's definitely deep in the forest.
Yeah, you don't get the numbers or locations.
Yeah, I just get to. It's like a spooky feeling in that direction.
Yeah.
I get a feeling, but it doesn't feel spooky.
I was just using spooky as a word. I just didn't
Okay.
know how to describe it.
Spoofy.
Is it just the elder here and the family that's...
Yes. The rest have respectively stayed outside.
Okay.
Well,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, you go ahead. You start first. I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
I know that I told this to Seven, and I know that Hugh and Fen are from around here, from what they've told me. I have lived in and around this forest for a good amount of time. And I know it's going to sound strange. It's safer to travel at moonlight.
That makes sense.
If you're aware of some benefit to traveling by moonlight, then certainly we will trust your judgment.
It's okay.
So,
Real quick,
What is-
Matt.
yes.
I'm going to kneel beside the potted plant. Just look at it. And you tell me where you're from, little one.
Yes.
Furbogs.
Furbolgs can,
Yeah, we can just talk to him. Let's.
yeah, you can
Seven's
speak to
eyebrows
it.
to the stratosphere.
You can speak to them. What they cannot speak back. However, you see the faintest shift in the way it stands. So it's standing upright. The leaves are kind of leaning towards the nearest window to catch the light. But you see, patiently, slowly, begins to shift to direct itself towards the woods.
Was it in the same direction that I got that feeling?
Mm-hmm.
Nod.
Same direction that I got the ping.
I'm gonna assume that if 3 of us got that direction, we probably should head in that direction.
Go that way.
I think we should go the opposite way.
Back to town.
That would be the smartest.
What, you
No,
don't,
adventurers are not the smartest bunch.
you don't want to go to the giant tree and meet Toph? Okay.
No, we pretend Korra never happened.
Aww.
Well, the
See,
first
never
season
mind.
was fine.
First season was fine.
First season
One
was
and
fine.
done. One and done. Anyway, opinions aside, we should probably rest, eat, strategize, and be ready to go out in the tonight.
Okay. So, with that, we'll call our session to a close. Give you guys a week to strategize and prepare.
Yeah.
I just want to ask Seven. I want to ask Seven one thing in character before we go.
So,
What if the connection to nature that we need to do is cover ourselves in dirt? Are you going to be okay with that?
certainly, as long as I have prestidigitation, move the dirt myself afterwards. I spent the first 6-7 years of my life mostly covered in dirt. It was rather unpleasant, and I wish to avoid such status as much as possible.
We'll
She
find you
made
some nice
mental
dirt.
notes. Mental note to look out for mud.
Thank you.
And